Hi everybody, this is Jo from Edinburgh Community Foods. All the staff at Edinburgh Community Food want to wish you all a really very merry, happy Christmas. We hope that you have a wonderful time looking at all the different activities and taking part that's going to be uploaded onto YouTube and our Facebook group. So I just wanted to pop on today to share with you some hints and tips on how to have a healthy and a sustainable Christmas. So I've got 10 tips. There's lots more that we could share. You might want to come up with your own tips to help other people as well. That would be fantastic. So tip number 1, we want to think about planning ahead. So the simplest way to reduce any household food waste is to plan. So think about what foods you've already got in your cupboards, in your fridge, freezer. Think about what needs using up. Try and do a meal plan if you can. Think about how many people you're actually going to be cooking for, and write a list and stick to it. That's a really difficult part, isn't it? So if we plan ahead a little bit, we can contribute to tackling the 50,000 tonnes of food waste that will be thrown away this Christmas, and ultimately be helping to tackle climate change. So following on from that is using your leftovers. Around 67 million meals went to waste last December in Scotland, and 84% of households had leftover food from Christmas Day. So thinking about your leftover foods, if you've got leftover turkey or leftover vegetables, what can you actually do with those? So you could maybe make a nice curry, or you can make some nice soup. You know, so we want to make sure that we use up everything that we've got, so as to not have to throw out any food waste. There's lots of ideas on the Love Food Hate Waste website, so that's lovefoodhatewaste.com. There's lots of ideas on what to do with leftover food, so you can have a look at that. So of course, if we do have food waste, we want to make sure that we put that in our food caddy and not in the regular bin. So if we put it in our food caddy, then the food gets recycled and it's converted into energy or compost. If we put it into a regular bin, it goes to landfill, and then it gives off harmful gases that are really not good for our environment. And also remember that putting food in the food waste or the bin is really like throwing money in the bin as well. So think about your money. And if we think about tip number 3, how to have a green Christmas. So think about the things that you're buying. So maybe you want to buy a bit less than you would normally buy. Last year in the UK there were 70 million unwanted Christmas gifts. So thinking about buying less and buying a bit smarter as well. So maybe just have a secret Santa so that you're only buying one gift. Think about buying a bit smarter, shopping locally, maybe getting locally made gifts, or even buying second hand. Get the children to make some nice homemade Christmas cards. Think about different things that you can wrap the presents in as well that are a wee bit more environmentally friendly. And then you want to maybe think about reusing items, or recycling them, or donating any unwanted gifts as well. And then also go battery free. Batteries are really difficult to recycle, and they usually end up in the landfill, and they give off harmful chemicals, so that's not particularly good either. Tip number 4, try to save energy in your kitchen. So that will also save you money. Around £50 a year can be saved in our kitchen if we use our appliances more effectively. So thinking about cooking in batches, so that you're making the most of the heat space in your oven. Close your oven door so that you're not wasting energy that way. thinking about putting the lid on your pots to just reduce the cooking time, and you could save about 25% of energy. When we fill the kettle, just fill it for how much water that we're actually going to use, because our kettle does use quite a lot of electricity. And use one pot recipes as well, so that saves on energy, and also you're washing up, which we also like to save on. And then tip number 5, we're going to move on to other things that the Edinburgh Community Food talk about a lot, and that is food hygiene. So we really want to think about making sure that we're washing our hands before and after touching food. If we've got long hair, get it tied back. Also wear an apron if you can, so that will save any dirt from your clothes getting into food. And think about when you're cooking meat in particular, make sure that the juices run clear and there's no pink bits, and make sure that food is piping hot. So we don't want anybody getting any food poisoning, so really make sure that you're cooking your food well. Tip number 6, eat your veg. Of course, we're going to bang on about eating our veg. We have done, we always will do. It's really important, and there's it counts towards our 5 a day. It gives us lots of fibre, vitamins and minerals, and there's lots of seasonal root veg just now which are really cheap and nutritious, and we can buy them locally, so saving on transport costs and energy that way. So Brussels sprouts, we want to eat our Brussels sprouts, our carrots, our turnips, our parsnips, brilliant vegetables that are really going to fill us up and give us lots of good nutrients there. But you could also use frozen veg or fruit. Frozen varieties are a great way to use veg that you just use what you need, so there's no real leftovers. You can put back in the freezer, and you know, you can save on your food waste that way, and the bonus is that it's usually already chopped and prepared for you. So number 7, we're getting there. Number 7, we want to watch your salt intake. So lots of foods that we'll be consuming over Christmas will have quite a lot of salt, and we know that salt is really not good for our heart health, and it also makes us dehydrated as well. So thinking about adding spices and herbs and different flavourings instead of salt to our food would be much better. And if we cook our food from scratch, then we know exactly what's in it as well. Number 8, keep hydrated. It's really important that we're drinking enough fluids. So ideally clear fluids such as water. That's really good for keeping our brains healthy, our whole body healthy really, but it helps with our mood, it helps with headaches, it also helps with our digestion, and remember that lots of fruit and vegetables have a high water content as well, so make sure that you're eating lots of fruit and veg to help with your hydration as well. Tip number 9 is keep active. So we want to make sure that we're getting 30 minutes of moderate exercise every day, and if you can get outside, all the better. But if the weather's a bit rubbish, think about different things that you could do with the children that's going to keep us active. So we could maybe put some music on, dance around the living room, play hide and seek, different things that we could do just to get off the sofa and get moving. And if you can get outside, get a walk, a nice winter's walk or cycle, then that'll help to tire the little ones out of their excited energy. So number 10, try and keep to routines if you can. I know when we're on holiday, it's you know, our sleeping patterns might be out of sync. We might be eating foods that we don't normally eat at different times of the day. We'll most definitely be eating a little bit more sweet treats, so just remember to to brush your teeth morning and last thing at night. And we just want you to have a really lovely Christmas. So most important of everything is just to enjoy and make magical memories. So have lots of fun, and we look forward to seeing all your pictures and comments of any foods that you've been eating. If you're getting your little ones to eat veg that they've never eaten before, we want to know all about it. So have a lovely time. Bye bye just now.